Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
Alright.
Caesar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
Insert platinum chip into slots.
Our way, true to Caesar.
Oh my god, not more radiation. I don't need this.
Well, you're here ahead of schedule. I suppose it's just as well. This is where I wanted you to end up after all. I knew I could rely on Caesar to give you back the platinum chip.
What is this place?
It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a kind of barracks. You'll understand soon enough.
What makes you wanted me to come down here?
That's rather obvious, isn't it? The platinum chip is a data storage device. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
I'll upload the data as you ask.
Good. I won't hold you up any longer.
Do not attempt to flee. Justice. Will be administered swiftly and fairly.
Oh, it's just dog tags. They're not. Recompense of the Fallen. That's a pretty cool fucking.
This is a lawful use of deadly force. Please direct Flight.
Okay. Do a hard save here and see what we can do. Because I think the strip will aggro on us if we no. I think the strip will aggro on us if we side with anything but house, or not do what house asks.
For your safety, please take cover until the law is out.
You know, for a 5 XP fucking attack, you do a lot of fucking damage. Wish I could see that far. Wow. Even cover doesn't have anything. Really? Like, why is there one at the side that can shoot around corners? Makes me do this shit again. You know, fuck it. Maybe we should just take out Mr. House. That might be the best course of action.
Do not be alarmed or unwilling. Please take cover until the danger has been eliminated. Hostile target. Identify this as a lawful use of deadly force. Please direct complaints to your local law enforcement authorities. Please clear the area. Put down your weapons and submit to authority.
Alright, let's do a proper hard save here. Make sure we know what we're doing. Oh, Jesus. Open room with no cover. That's the best place to have a bunch of fucking sentry bots. Come on. Why would they even have that? That's cheap. That's absolutely fucking cheap. Why am I moving forward by myself? It's like I'm using a broken 360 controller. Yeah, look at that bulletproof hole.
You've carried out Caesar's will, but I must confiscate your equipment again. You're free.
Our way, true to Caesar.
Where the hell is my... Where the fuck is Eddie? I thought I told him to follow me. He's not even outside the
Some
tent.
of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burn you made.
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign. Let's press on, shall we? As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you.
What's that machine in your tent?
It's called an autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science.
I have some questions to ask.
What did you want to know?
Tell me about Vulpes Inculta.
Vulpes is the best of my frumentari. A remarkable individual from an unremarkable tribe south of the Utah. He was brought into the Legion as a boy. Survived training. Fought well enough as a legionary to be promoted to the rank of Decanus. Then in battle against an unimportant tribe, he broke ranks and led his contubernium through a hole in their defenses to capture its chieftain. Well, his Kenturian wanted him crucified for disobedience, so I made him a frumentari.
What do Frumentari do?
Whatever I require. Infiltration, assassination, dramatic atrocities to break the spirit of the enemy, etc. They're mentally flexible. They operate behind enemy lines for extended periods, imitating the enemy's customs without becoming sullied. In all these things, Vulpes is a master.
Let's talk about something else.
What else?
I've heard rumours of your legate, Lanius. What's his story?
Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe.
What happened to Lanius attack? What happened when Lanius attacked his own tribe?
He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal.
Sounds more like a savage than a general.
The Neus is savage. Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy. When another Legatus or a Centurion fails to achieve results, I send Lanius to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of Decimatio.
What is Decimatio?
It means decimation. But in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning. A punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience.
Yeah, so we'll leave the assault on Iverdam.
Yes. This time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Lanius to drive the legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado.
Why did the Legion lose the first battle?
It's not going to happen again. That's all I have to say about it.
I've heard the commander of the first battle called the Burned Man.
And I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Caesar. Change the subject.
How did you rise to power?
Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge.
You were a follower of the Apocalypse?
Oh yes, raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the waste. I may have taken the torch part more literally than I intended.
What changed you from a follower to a dictator?
When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time.
Why would learning dialects be a waste of time?
If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the Apocalypse. Or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects. Joshua Graham. He was supposed to teach me, but before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch, but the real problem was they didn't know how to fight.
What's wrong with Blackfoot?
The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps.
What steps did you take?
I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics. If there's anything I learned as a follower of the Apocalypse, It's that there's a lot of good information in old books.
What happened to the Blackfoot? What happened after you trained the Blackfoot?
Divide et impera. Divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books.
What happened to the tribes?
Kaibabs joined me, and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Caesar and created a single great tribe, my legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me, back west with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus.
And since forming a legion, all you've done is conquer other tribes?
That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my legion will have its Rome.
That's enough questions for now.
What else then?
I'll eliminate Mr. House for you.
Good. Don't know what kind of security he has inside the Lucky 38, but if you can find a way of catching him off guard, do so.
Oh wow, I leveled up. Then again, I did a lot of talking first.
Some of the
Oh, there's Eddie. Things that go boom, Feeble Will, Eddie Balov.
That tower on the strip, the one you can see for miles, I hear it ain't sealed up no more. Awe, are you ready?
Oh, it's fresh water. Interesting.
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
Awe, have you come to sell or trade for captures?
By captures, do you mean slaves?
No. They haven't yet earned the right to be called slaves. Those 3 in the pen are captures, nothing more. I'm a slave master, so I know what I'm talking about. Back at the fort, I'd have those 3 half-broken and well on their way. But this is just a holding area, so all I do is assess their fitness and decide whether to send them on.
Doesn't bother you enslaving people?
Why would it bother me to enslave these wretches? They have no purpose, no creed, no honor. They live in pitiful squalor, undisciplined, intemperate. To enslave them is to save them, to give them purpose and virtue. Honestas industria prudentia. Even the virtues of slaves are beyond the desolate on this side of the river.
Who is Cursalut himself? Okay, whatever. I've already spoken to him. How much it cost to buy these free captures?
It's a weak bunch, to be honest. I'd rather have extra currency to buy supplies or better captures off traders. There's a boy, too old to be trained as a legionary. Normally they would have to die, but he's too frail to make trouble. The old woman's dried up, but she could keep house or do gardening if she can learn to keep her mouth shut. The girl's the only one of real value, young enough to breed, not hideous to look at. What's your offer for the lot?
Any fool can see that that girl has has all the symptoms of pustular
Pustula? What? Is that contagious? That doesn't sound good at all.
I'll give you 150 caps for the lot.
Seems I'm fortunate to get that much for them, given the circumstances. Here, this is the key to their collars. You want to take those off before you go far. Trust me.
Goodbye.
I'm glad those damn bots are going for good.
When will we be free?
I paid for the free of you. You're free to go.
Thank you. I don't think we'll ever be able to repay you, but we'll do our best one day, once I found a place to settle.
Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men to try for forward day.
We take this boat. It's probably the last one we ever take. I'm ready for that. Are you?
I'm not going in right now.
You ever change your mind? I'll be right there with you.
Alright, so he just said that as a... I guess...
I've got your back.
Strange. Well, whatever, it don't matter. About to reach his death. I like how the radio station keeps the same when you fast travel.
Yes.
Have you found my family yet?
About your family?
Yes. Have you found them?
They're all alive.
They are? Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. But wait, where are they?
Show me... Show me some caps and I'll tell you exactly where to go.
Here, I don't have much left at this point. Please just tell me where they are.
thanks, Frank. Go to hell. Wow, that's fucked up. That's almost more fucked up than that. After taking his money. They mentioned the old Mormon font.
Crap.
Fart.
Those goody-goodies kicked me out of there once already. No way I'm getting in. Even if I could get in, rehab is for chumps. Well, thanks for doing what you could. Guess I'll get a I always knew how...
Okay, I might as well fucking just give the speech option if you couldn't... Well, whatever. I'll do the speech option where
Hey,
he's a druggie.
have you found my family yet? You're right. I've been a mean son of a bitch the
I
past
gave me
couple
fucking
years.
good karma.
It won't be easy, but I'll try going sober. Maybe then my family will want me back. Thank you for doing what you can. I won't let this go to waste.
Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.